Norbert Chopek was originally a Baptist minister, but when he came to the United States in the 20s and 30s, he became introduced to Unitarian Universalism through his wife, Maja Chopek, who became a minister in her own right. So even though Norbert Chopek had first done flower communion in Czechoslovakia in 1923, when he went back to Europe, he opened a Unitarian church in Prague. He wanted, because his church was out for the summer, because people went to their farms and people couldn't always be at Sunday service. And so he wanted something to mark that last Sunday and to remind people that this was their home to return to. He had a lot of people in his congregation who had been persecuted from Polish Catholics and driven off their land and other things. And so he knew he could not do a bread and wine communion. So what else could happen? So he told them, bring flowers, and he really emphasized, pick them out of the ditch on your way to church. He says, flowers from faithfully tended gardens or those volunteering their splendor on the roadside. His whole congregation participated, and the children played an enormous role in the communion, flower communion, by collecting the flowers and giving the flowers out. So even though the Chopeks had been in the United States in the 1930s, Norbert felt as the Nazi regime was gaining more and more power, he felt the need to go home. And so he went back to Prague again. So Chopek's church loved the flower communion. The vases were filled. They were taken to the front of the table. He would then say a prayer. And as people left the service, they took the flower. He would do this consecration of the flowers himself, but I'm having you guys do it for one another this morning. And he would emphasize that no two flowers are alike and no two people are alike, yet each has a contribution, and then that there is no reason they cannot live in love and mutual spirit. He says the common bouquet would not be the same without the unique addition of each individual flower. It would not be the same without each and every one of us. So our service today is of a statement about the strength of this community. I am really aware I'm leaving you. I'm also really aware you've got everything it takes to go on the way you have gone on before I got here. You have always been a strong congregation. And although we have done wonderful ministry together, I worry this much, but I don't worry this much. You're going to be all right. All right. So for any of you who've heard the story before, you do know that Chopek originally, his never-ending message about the inherent worth and dignity of every person attracted the attention of the Nazis because they couldn't have that. That wasn't their agenda. And so even while he was not able to be in a church giving out flower communion, he still gave out flower communion using dandelions, which we have some today. So let us hear his words, his blessing, and then we will together consecrate the flowers. He said, "Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessing on these, the messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge of gifts, to be one of desire and affection and devotion. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship or doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of the most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, The efforts of all of us are needed to do the work in this world.